Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a BotBots news bits video because we finally have info about Series 6. That's not like a leak or an incorrect listing or something. We finally got something after nearly a year since finding out about Series 6. Oh my goodness. Also quickly, sorry that this came out a few days after this news actually dropped. I was busy editing a video about BotBots for Iacon Online. I have a panel that's going to be up on Saturday. You should check their info out on Twitter at Iacon Online or their website at iaconwordpress.com. And just check out that info. I think my panel is 4 p.m. Sunday. Just a quick shout out because, again, BotBots related content in that. But with that self-promotion out of the way, let's actually look at the full list of Series 6 BotBots. Quick context, this information was revealed not from people finding Series 6 in stores or something and then getting the full spreadsheet, but from Hasbro's customer care website where it's up as a PDF file. It is the full instruction sheet that we would normally find or you can normally download off the main Transformers BotBots website. And with note that these were absolutely supposed to be out in 2020. We don't know what happened. Presumably, the pandemic is probably partly responsible, but it's still up in the air whether these are going to see the light of day, I would say. So we can at least talk about them and have fun looking about them. So starting off, here's the info on the teams. There are 12 teams total. 4 of them are brand new teams. The Caffeine Collective, which seems to be a coffee shop. The Gifted Guild, which I'm not sure exactly, but a lot of the stuff in it feels like it's supposed to be like the dollar bin stuff. So like maybe it's like a dollar store or something. It's just like those chintzy stuff that like when you first walk into Target and it's like there's that pile of like $1 things in this front and it's like, oh yeah, this is a dollar bin toy, you know. Then there's the Pet Mob, which is obviously a pet store, and Playplexers, which I wasn't sure about until I saw someone on the forums point out that this is the Playplexers is probably like Chuck E. Cheese because there's the pizza and the laser tag and the stuff, you know, just kind of that place. Beyond that, we have 6 teams returning from Series 5. Cardio Click, Frequent Flyers, Hibachi Heats, Magic Tricksters, Party Favors, and the Winner's Circle. The last one, obviously. But there are also 2 teams that have made comebacks. These are teams that missed out on a series or 2 and now are back. Those being the Playroom Posse and the Toilet Troop. Which, considering that we knew one of the molds was a new toilet bot, that kind of makes sense. But yeah. So, 12 teams. Amongst the teams, there are 69 total BotBots as there were in Series 4, which 69 plus 69 plus 60 definitely gets us to the 190 plus in 2020. So that checks out. Unfortunately, going through the list, there seem to only be about 8 brand new molds introduced in this series, or would have been introduced, I don't know. But I did also want to point out that there are several molds in this series that are making their first appearance again since their original appearance. Like Waddle Pop was only one use in Series 1, but we see that the Waddle Pop mold is here again, that kind of a thing, you know? With only really one of them actually being a carryover from Series 5. So if you don't count Series 5 since they didn't have the chance to get reused, there's only 21 first reuses of a mold, but that's still quite a number. And I'm wondering if they were like thinking like that's going to like help cover the base of like new molds, quote unquote, because that's still like almost 30, if not 30 total new molds. If again, we're counting the ones that were only used once before and never seen again. So now let's look at the individual bots on the individual teams. First up for the Caffeine Collective, again, the coffee shop. They're all stuff you could buy at a coffee shop, except for one. But again, we'll get there. 6 bots for this team. Eco Espresso is the coffee cup for the shop, based off the Latte Spice Whirl mold that we first saw in the Fresh Squeezes. Then we have Borgle, who is looks like an everything bagel, is using the Sprinkleberry Donut mold. FOMO is FOMO. Apologies, is based off that oozy radioactive shake that appeared in the Spoiled Rottens at first. I think the Atomic Freeze was the first use of the mold. But yeah, so that's that. Just like an iced coffee or shake or something along those lines. Sol Natural is chips mold, or like the bag snacks mold, treat elite, that kind of a thing. It's clearly some type of chip, probably like with Sol Natural, probably like healthy chip kind of a thing, you know. Then there's Mr. Squishy Brains, which that's a fun name. It's reuse of the Cocoa Crazy mold, so some kind of hot cocoa or hot coffee, just with the marshmallows going on. And the last one is Writer's Blockhead, a laptop, because you go to the cafe to write on your laptop, and then you can't like focus on anything and write anything, so you get Writer's Blockhead. Haha, this obviously the Rad Hacks mold. And one note I want to say, you can see on the alt mode that the Caffeine Collective logo is on there, and I want to say that's the first time that's happened in all of BotBots. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the first use of an actual team's insignia on one of the teammates. Up next, Playplexers, again, Chuck E. Cheese like thing, that kind of a thing. Only 4 toys in this store set. First, Pizzazz is a pizza slice. Deuteroni, we know this mold. Looks like just kind of a cheese pizza. Maybe a little couple of things on there, but it might just be like a pure cheese. I don't know. Home Rundown is the baseball mold. Strike 4, I think, was the most recent instance of that mold, but we saw that all the way back in Series 1 with Batsby. First instance, Zapfire. Zapfire is one of those first uses of a mold. First reuses, sorry, I should say. One of the first reuses of a mold. The first instance being Frizzlefry, who was a hairdryer back in Series 2, and is now a laser tag pistol. Though with the colors, I'm just like, this is a Nerf blaster. It's blue, it's orange. I mean, what more do you want from me? It's a Nerf blaster. Even if it is a laser pistol, it's a Nerf blaster. I don't care. And then Fall Guy is some form of a game phone, or it's just a phone that keeps falling on the ground because people are running around and crashing. I'm not sure. But, that's kind of funny that with that, because Fall Guys came out this year, so that's kind of funny. I'm just going to say that. Pet Mob, pet store. 7 toys in this lot. First is Gil, the sea monster, one of the new molds for this series. He's a goldfish. Yeah, no, goldfish. Yeah, perfect sense. Next up is Suspicious, which is a fishbowl based off the Zanzibar crystal ball mold from Series 4. Again, the first time that mold has been reused. Seawiggle. Seawiggle looks, I am imagining, is like one of those like fake pieces of seaweed or underwater plant growth for like your fish tanks and whatnot. And is based off the fungus mold, which only saw its use in Series 1 as a fungi. So that's neat that mold has finally come back and been used. A woof. I love this, but I'm also so sad. This first appeared in Series 1. It was Dr. Moogly, was the Series 1, and it was a VR headset. And now it's been repurposed and remade into a pet carrier, because you can see the little dog in the cage lines. I'm like, oh, woof, because they're sad they're in the cage. I'm like, oh, that's cute. So cute. Also, speaking of cute, Drizzlefluff Tinkletail. That is a rabbit that is a water bottle. I'm imagining, instead of being like an actual water bottle or sippy cup, well, it's a sippy cup because it's based off of Drippy Pup, who, again, this is the first reuse of that mold. But it could be like a sippy cup for like feeding rabbits when they don't have their parents, or it's supposed to be more like a standard water container thingy, like that are on the sides of pet cages and whatnot, so as they have a supply of water coming through. Yeah, but yeah, cutie. Next up, Bartholomew Barkston III is a pet stroller. Is clearly a pet stroller and is part dog. I love this the overconfident name. Again, another first use mold because, and I actually did not note this down in my notes. I was noting all of this down, but I'm very positive this is the first use of the mold since we saw it in the Goo Goo Groupies with High Roller. Yep. High Roller is Goo Goo Groupies, so that is another one to the list. So that's like now 22 if you don't count the 1 Series 5 bot, or 23 with the 1 Series 5 bot. So yeah, nice use of that mold again. And then Mischievous, this is the tent scene with Malcontent and the like. Were purposed a bit more as a doghouse with the red wood and then the white roof. Trying to certainly be evocative of Snoopy's doghouse with the colors. After that, Gifted Guild. 7 bots in this team for this wave. First up, we have 2 brand new molds. Rubius the Red and Lord Julius the Strong. Ruby and a Diamond, respectively. I imagine that being amongst like seeing what some of the other stuff in this is, I imagine these are like cheap plastic knockoffs rather than like, legit diamonds. Because then why would, all the feels, who is reuse of the Puxy mold that just turns into a smile emoji, also be included? Like, this could have been a jewelry store were it not for things like all the feels. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this got some form of dollar store, toy bin, whatever. Next up, we actually get a Transformers, a heavy Transformers reference. It's Energon the Never Gone, who is based off the Spud Muffin mold, is meant to represent a crystalline Energon crystal, or Energon crystal kind of a thing. So that's neat. I would be very curious at that one's backstory to be like, what's going on there. Rainbow Smiley Pop. This is the Lollipop reuse I was talking about before. It is now a more multicolored lollipop. But I'm wondering if that's like an actual lollipop or if it's just like a toy lollipop or whatever. I'm not sure. I'd like to know more about the store. Next, we do have another gem. This is Sloger the Emerald Ogre, who's clearly an emerald, but is based off the candy corn mold that we first saw with Sugar Breath. Yes, Sugar Breath from Series 3 is now a diamond. Very curious with that. Looks like a question mark on the one eye. And then last one, the Dukes. This is based off the pretzel mold, but is a fake piece of crap. Literally. It's literally a fake piece of crap. That's what it is. And that's why these gems can't be genuine. Next on the list, party favors. Only 4 of them in this set. First one is Party Popinski, which is the makeover and overmold that was only seen in the Swag Stylers as a makeup brush, but is now repurposed here as one of those party poppers where you like pull on the thing and then confetti goes everywhere. Like a nice creative reuse. I like that. I like when we see some creative reinterpretations of the things, like with a woof before. I just don't like that mold. I'm just gonna say that. So I'm a little sad to see it again. But hey, I like the creativity. Next up is another Maraca, Shaken to the Bone, first used for Dizzy Bones. Firework It is a firework based off of Flare Devil that was in the Series 4 Seasons Greeters and is again another first reuse of the mold. Sally Dreamstream, based off of Arcade Renegade from Series 3, whose name is Greed Feed. So, but instead of being tickets, is instead streamers that like you put up for a party. So yeah, that makes sense to me. I like that. Moving on, page 2. We'll go back to the winner's circle in a moment. Magic Tricksters. We have 5 bots in this wave. The first 2 are brand new molds. First one is Bonehead the Unbrave, who is the skull and crossbows we saw with the treasure set pack. Certainly, there is no like treasure store theme, but like, with seeing what stores the bots that belong to these different teams went to, I like this set. I like that treasure chest set. I kind of like that, you know. But this is like clearly like just the fake decoration kind of a thing. Kind of fun. Kind of like it though. And then next is Lord Illusion. Again, brand new mold, is supposed to be a magic wand. It's a very, very stubby, chunky wand, but like these bots are supposed to be small. It couldn't be too skinny, or else, you know, kids could swallow that easy. Shut Eye is a new take on the Sprinkleberry Doughball mold that has seen other use elsewhere, but is now one of those fake eyeballs, and that is real cool and kind of creepy. Brudrina is based off the Prince Perfumius mold, and is presumably like a magic potion type of a thing. At least that got a different use than the perfume bottle. And then Joke's on You is based off the one bakery, the not Lawn League, sorry, not Bakery Bite, but with the Bakery Bites. The Pollinator, that mold that we did see use in Series 4 again, I'm pretty sure, and is clearly a fake flower, and you know, like one of those joke flowers where it squirts water out. I haven't actually seen one of those in real life, but like that's what this is clearly supposed to be. Joke's on you, not or Jokes on You, whatever. Squatty Spot, first spot from the Cardio Click. Squatty Spot is based off the wristband mold. That wasn't the first use of the mold, but regardless, it was the watch, and now is an exercise belt for the Cardio Click. Way More Muscle is one of those first 3 uses of a mold. This was first seen in Series 4 as a winner circle bot. It's a blender and is clearly like for those protein shakes and whatnot. Finally, good to see like this mold get like a standard use. Overpounder, exercise hammer, based off the nail biter mold that was only seen back in Series 1, so it's another one of those first 3 uses molds. They were similar engineering on the one that would turn into a spade with the Lawn League, but this is still different. Abnerate pack, there have been a couple of versions of the rolling pin mold, but this is the first time it's supposed to be like an ab roller kind of device. I don't know. I don't go to gyms that often. I'm sure that's just what the wiki tells me. Okay. Hibachi Heats, 4 bots in this as well. The Immortal Meat, another first use of a mold. This is Burgertron, was a lost bot in Series 1. Nice to see this mold get used again, though it seems this time it might be more of just a meatball rather than like a burger kind of thing. And speaking of different meats for same molds, we have the Vengeful Teriyaki, which is based off Hamurai, who was the Hamurai, who was not the Hamurai, but it was like a Hamurai skewer, a ham skewer. I keep saying Hamurai skewer, ham skewer, whereas this one is a teriyaki skewer kind of a thing. Now, this is a repurposed use of it. Neat, which is neat. Good to see that mold again. The Weeping Dragon. We've seen this a couple of times. First as Root Wing. It's just a potted plant that's probably decorating the restaurant. That's my guess. And then Mr. Rice Guy, another one of those first reuse of the molds. Wow, three of the Hibachi Heats were first 3 uses. The only one was Weeping Dragon. Mr. Rice Guy is a rice cooker based off of the regular pressure cooker that was Pressure Punk from Series 4. Very nice. Up next, Frequent Flyers. We're back to the luggage travel. 5 molds here. Jolly Germ Dodger, first seen in Series 1 as Sud's Beard. Instead of being hand soap, though, I'm imagining the Jolly Germ Dodger is a hand sanitizer, which We definitely need this year. We needed it in 2020. We needed that BotBot in 2020. Where were you? Next up is Nightshade, based off. This is the one Series 5 mold that appeared. This is based off of Sandy Shades, who is also a frequent flyer, but this is much more of a darker pair of sunglasses rather than like a beach pair of sunglasses. I mean, they kind of do the same, but this is like the cool dark version that probably is more like a wraparound rather than the like sitting on your nose kind of glasses of Sandy Shades. Mr. Groomwell is based off the Stink Eye Stapleton mold from Series 1, but I think this is the first time it's been repurposed as something else. This, in this case, likely being an electric razor to trim up the beards and the legs, and just part of someone's luggage. Next up, Agent Red Scope. Again, another first reuse of the mold. This is from Series 4 Wilderness Troop member Goggly Spy PI. Instead of just being a regular pair of binoculars, seems to be like a pair of like a laser sight kind of a thing, but probably more like night vision goggles. They're just red rather than like the kind of green that I think is more accurate, but like, neat. Slightly confused why it's on a plane, but it's probably just like, lost in the luggage. I think the one lens is cracked, so that kind of makes sense. And then Mr. Moneybanks, who is based off the King Cheats playing card deck mold from Series 4 of the Magic Tricksters. Yeah, it's just now money, so that's kind of nice repurpose. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Moneybanks is just the name of, like, the actual name of Mr. Monopoly. I don't know. But that's funny that that's there. Playroom Posse. We have 5 bots here. First up, Space Case. This is the first instance of an actual Transformer name being used on a bot. Space Case being I think it was G2 was the first use of one of those like first ball jointed jet bots. But here, Space Case is a toy rocket ship and is really cool. Next up, Ricky Rhythm, another first reuse. This was first seen as Pinky Pop, the keytar from Series 2, but here is probably more of a toy keytar. But yeah, we got that mold again. Screwy Lewis, a toy drill, but I just only hear Huey Lewis in the news every time I read Screwy Lewis. That's all I think of. Is based off the Major League Scrooge from Series 1 that was also reused in Series 2. So not one of the first reuses. But the next one, Ducky Splinters, is one of the first reuses, being based off the Quackles mold from Series 3. That was a rubber duck. This is now a wooden duck. And then next, Mischief Marker is the first regular retail release of this mold, but is a reuse of Scribzilla from the SDCC exclusive box set. It was the marker that had like the Godzilla like furry hat on, but this is the first time again that this has seen regular retail, so that's pretty nice, or would have seen regular retail. Again, I don't know if these are actually going to come out still. I hope so, but I don't know. Last of the regular teams is the Toilet Troop. Again, came back after a long time. We know who this team is. First two are brand new molds. Gleeful Gleamy is a toilet bowl cleaner, while Dumpy Downer is a toilet bowl. And someone pointed out to me that his head sticks out of the toilet and is brown. So, yeah, no wonder why he's a Dumpy Downer. Last two are reuses. The Poo Resistance is a mold that has seen quite varied use. First being Frohawk, also part of the Toilet Troop, but was like a graffiti can. But Poo Resistance clearly is supposed to be like an air freshener, an aerosol can kind of a thing, just to freshen up the air, not make it stink so bad. And then Justin McLean is based off Sergeant Scrubadub from Series 1. That was also a Toilet Troop. But might be more like one of those like toilet bowl cleaners, like, the ones, like the Mr. Clean ones that you like stick in the toilet, and then when it flushes, it kind of rinses and like keeps the toilet clean, rather than being like a soap instead. It could still be a soap, but I think it's probably more like a toilet bowl cleaner kind of a thing. And then lastly, the winner's circle. Goldosaurus Blend is the coffee maker that was first seen as Javasaurus Rex. Gold Struck Out is the baseball mold that was first seen with Love Struck in Series 2. Gold Timey is a watch, golden watch. Series 2's old TikTok. Yeah, old TikTok. That's not the first reuse of the mold. The big gold tuna. Big can tuna from Series 2. Big can tuna, big gold tuna. Just golden can of tuna fish. The next one is one of the first reuses of a mold. Eggston the Golden is the Incog Eggo, the Easter egg from the Series 4 Seasons Greeters set, and is, again, the first reuse, so it's a golden egg now. Next up, Mr. Goldstacks first appeared as Slappy Happy, the eraser from Series 1, but clearly with that name, it's not representing a ruler anymore. I think it's being like a literal gold bar. So yeah, that's that. Goldie Lantern, another first reuse of a mold. Goldie Lantern is the Halloween Night mold from Series 3, is a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin guy or gal. Again, I don't know. Golden Grills, based off of Skitter Chatter, the wind-up teeth from the Magic Tricksters in Series 4. Yeah, it's nom 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 nom. Go 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 Gold is has a messed up face. I'm sorry, that's a messed up face. But is based off the NRG's mold from Series 1. Gold Slice is the Sensei Spiny mold from the Fresh Squeezes from Series 3. And again, first reuse of this mold. Golden Traveler was first used as, I can't remember this guy's name. It's Totes Magoats. There we go, Totes Magoats. Yeah, so that's great. Just a little golden traveling case. I wonder if it's going to be like the trophy for the freaking Flyers. I'm imagining what the traveler in the name. Next up, Goldie Snuggleshine is a golden teddy bear based off of Cuddle Wuddle from Series 3. Gold Stopper is a golden toilet plunger, first seen as gold clog stopper in Series 1, but has seen other use elsewhere. Oh yeah, and Goldie Snuggleshine was the first reuse of a mold. And then Golden Touch is a roll of toilet paper, first seen with King Toots in Series 1. Yeah, so that's all of Series 6. Again, clearly supposed to be released in 2020. Something happened, we don't know what. We at least have this PDF, so at least they knew what they were doing. I hope this sees some form of release, but again, I don't know if it will. We can only hope. So that's all I have to say for this video. Which of these BotBots was your favorite? Let me know in comments down below. And also don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that common YouTube stuff. If you want more of me, you can check me out on Twitter, Instagram at SoundJack426. And you can also check me out at RDSJ Gaming, where I play video games with Alyssa, aka The Rational Dove. And with all that being said, thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.